everyone, Amanda here from scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and today we're going to make this beautiful card together. It's super simple but it's really elegant, and I think that even if you're brand new to crafting you can make this, and if you've been in crafting for years you would still appreciate the simple elegance of this card. So without further ado, let's get making. So I'm using the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And the card that I've chosen for my card base, let me just zoom out ever so slightly, is the Stampin' Up! Shimmer White card. It's got a very subtle glittery shimmer to it, very subtle. I bought a pack of it last week and I can't put it down. I've nearly used the entire pack. It's beautiful. So we're going to do a 5x5 square card today, which is a bit different to what I normally do. I will leave all the measurements on my blog and there is a direct link in the description box below. So I'm putting the edge of my card up to the 10-inch mark up here, okay? And one tip for using the trimmer and to help you get your cardstock straight is to, on the trimmer you will see there is a little lip, and this part here protrudes from the rest of the trimmer, and like, you know, you shouldn't get your card past there, and what that does is it helps you keep your paper straight. So if you make sure that all the way along your cardstock, I beg your pardon, if you make sure that all the way along that your card is pushed right up against that lip, it will help you keep it straight. Then check your measurements here, okay? We're going to 10. Now as that protrudes, we don't see it here, but if you look just down here, we've got grids all the way down. So if you just check visually, you can see that that's straight. It's pressed up against the lip, it's on the measurement there, and that is straight as well. Check those three parts every time you cut your card base, and then you can be confident that you will cut it straight every time. So I'm going to cut that. That's my score tool. Let me just move it out of the way. So we've cut that on the long side to 10-inch. Then I'm going to turn it on the short side and I'm going to go to 5-inch. Again, I'm visually checking that it matches down here, that it's straight there, and that it's right up against that lip. And then I can cut, and then I know my card base will be straight. Okay? Now I'm going to turn it back on the long side now, and I'm going to score it at 5 inches, which is the halfway mark. Okay? Now that will fold and make my card base. Now mine I have done that way because it's easy for me to photograph. You can do it that way. It doesn't matter because the design that we're doing is square, so it doesn't matter which way you put it on. Okay, so another thing that I'm going to do, just for a little bit of fancy, you don't have to do this part, but it just looks really super cute. I'm bringing in my Simply scoreboard, and where's my score tool? Is it going to be one of those days where I can't find anything? I don't know what I've done with my scoring tool. I'll use my bone folder, it doesn't matter. So what I'm doing is I'm going to score on the inside of my card. So this is going to be my front, or that way, it doesn't matter. So I want to score on that. So I'm going to open it and I'm going to put it down like so. And I'm putting the fold right up against here again, and again up against here. And if you do press up against there, then again it'll help you keep it straight. Hold it at the same time, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, oops, I've gone a bit offline there. Let me just, it can be tricky, but just take your time. It's not difficult, it's just a bit fiddler. So I've scored at 1/2 inch, and then the card measures 5, so if I score at 4.5, then that means I've scored at 1/2 inch on that edge as well. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch there, up to where the card folds in the middle. Okay, just have to hold it while you do it. And then again at 4.5, and again up to where the card folds. So you've got that kind of a border. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you've got like a dry embossed border. Okay, it's just a bit fancy. And then you're going to need a piece of foil card. This measures 4x4 inches. And then I have a stamping layer which measures 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So we can start and do our stamping now. So I have chosen to use this circle here from the Making Christmas Bright set. So let me get that out. Beautiful set, I love it, really versatile. Loads of things you can do with it. Okay, and I'm also having a sentiment from the Merry Christmas to All, which has got loads of different sentiments in. So this is really good because you can just put it with any of that Christmassy set and you know that you've got the right, you're going to have a sentiment. And we're going to have blessings. There we go. So I'm going to just mount that on my block. I'm going to put it on my gridded mat here, the right way up, and then stick it to my block so that I know that's fairly straight. I've mounted that. I am using my my stamping mat because they're photopolymer. I want to make sure I get a really good stamping impression. So I'm using Sahara sand for the circle. Okay, so I'll ink that up nicely. And I'm going to stamp as central as I can. If it's a little bit, you know, I'm not measuring it, but as central as I can. Okay, give it a nice press. All right, and then I'm going to ink up again. Okay, and I'm going to turn just sort of like quarter of an hour. Sort of quarter of an hour. Just a slight turn. Okay, and I'm going to stamp again over the top. Because this stamp is ever so slightly an oval shape. So if you stamp one way and then just turn and stamp again, you're going to get a double layer effect, but it's not going to spoil the look. Okay? And then I'm using soft suede for the sentiment. Now the sentiment, if you're a longer standing crafter with more tools, would be really beautiful if you emboss that in gold embossing powder. That would really look stunning. But I'm trying to keep it simple because I like to try and bear in mind that not everybody has every tool on the planet. Let's just zoom in ever so slightly. So I'm inking that up. Beautiful soft suede, which is a slightly darker colour than our Sahara sand, so it will stand out more. Okay, so I'm just aiming for the centre and stamping straight onto there. Just give it a press, and we've got a beautiful stamped sentiment there. I'll put these away before I stick my arm in them. Now at this point, I'm just going to make sure it's dry. At this point, I'm going to adhere this to my gold foil card. I'm using liquid glue so that I've got time to move it because I want it to be right, and also I don't find that tape runners always adhere nicely to foil card. So I'll put it on my mat, help me get it straight. Just keep hold of that. And let's have a look. If you get glue on your foil card, just wipe it off straight away. Don't make a big fuss, just wipe it off. It will be fine, it won't spoil it. Okay, is that straight? There we go. I like working with foil card because it does take a little bit longer to dry the glue, but that means you've got even longer to make sure that you've got that correct. Okay, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. I just want to just press it just to make sure that it is stuck. And that I haven't got any glue splodging out. That's fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get some of the linen, is this linen thread? Linen thread. I'm going to, I'm going to have it in three. I'm going to have three lots of it. So I'm just making 3 rows of it and then cut it. And then I'm going to get it in the middle and I'm going to make 1 bonnet here. And I'm going to just tie a bow, and it doesn't have to be perfect because it's linen thread and it doesn't matter. So get it tied and then just pull each end till you get roughly the size that you want. You don't want the bow to like be 10 times, you know, you want it to be in scale sort of thing. So just have a look, and when you're happy with it, I'm happy with that. When you're happy with it, trim and trim. Okay, and then spread those loops out a bit. Spread them out. It's a rustic kind of bow. Okay, and if you think that that's a little bit long, you can trim some more off. I'm happy with that, it's fine. And then I'm just adding a little bit of adhesive there. You can use what adhesive you like. You could use a glue dot. You could use wet glue. You can use anything. And we're just going to attach that there like so. Okay, and then this is the part that makes the card just look that little bit special, and we're going to use, I'll just zoom in ever so slightly, we're going to use the basic pearls. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour a few. If you look on my sample, I've got some in their normal colour, and I've just got the odd ones that I've coloured in. So I'm just going to use my Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol markers, and I'm just going to colour a few. This is, I believe, Dark Crumb Cake, and I'm also using this colour, which I found looks really nice, and this is Dark Calypso Coral. So we'll have a couple of those as well on some of the medium-sized pearls. Okay, give that a minute to dry, and then you just start and add clusters of pearls to your design. We'll have a big one and two little ones. There, so we've got a little cluster of 3 pearls there, and then up here I'm going to have a plain one and a Calypso Coral one, and that, just that little tiny bit of colour just makes it just pop. Okay, and then down here I'm going to have a medium-sized one, and we'll have one of the crumb cake, I think. And you slippery little sucker. One of the crumb cake, I'll put that one there. And then you're going to have just one more of the Calypso Coral, and I'm just going to pop it there. And just that little tiny touch of colour on those pearls just really makes that card look lovely. So now I'm going to attach that to my card base, and I'm going to use dimensionals. Okay, you could glue it straight on. I just want it to have a little bit of dimension, so carefully turn that over because we've got those pearls on. We don't want to spoil them. Okay, I'm putting quite a lot of dimensionals on. It's an elegant card, so I don't want to skimp. You could use foam tape. As I say, you could just glue it straight on the front. You don't have to have dimension. Get them off, get off. And then I would make a handmade envelope. I mean, you can get them pre-bought, you know, to fit 5x5 cards if you really don't want to make your own. Or you can make one using the envelope punch board. All the measurements are on the board, so it would be super easy to do. And again, I'm going to have it, I think I'll make this one this way. So my original sample is 10th fold, and I'm going to do this one that way. Okay, so just line that up inside where I've done that fancy scoring, dry embossing you call it, or whatever. Press that on, and we've got 2 really beautiful, elegant, simple Christmas cards. I think those are lovely. I do hope you'll give it a try. If you do, please do share it on social media and tag me. My name's Amanda Charlesworth, or tag Scrimping Mommy on Instagram. I love to see what you make. Please do share. All of the links of how to make this card and the products that I've used are all over on my blog at scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Please give this video a thumbs up and click like, and please do subscribe so that you don't miss any more of my tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.